This is music, and these are bags of metal. Well, they're bags of vinyl, but you know what I mean. Welcome to another haul/update video. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 separate hauls I picked up not too long ago. The first 2 ones, I picked them up in the city of Odense here in Denmark. I went there to visit some family, and we decided to go record shopping. So I'm going to show you what I found in those 2 record stores that we visited. And the third one is a haul I picked up a bit later here in Copenhagen. So let's just get to it. Up first, the first record store we went to in Odense is this one here, Moby Disc. It's a pretty old record store. It's been around for quite a while. I remember it being around when I was a kid. Up first, the only non-vinyl item I picked up, Green by Forbidden. Picked it up on cassette. It's an album that I think is pretty good. Not a lot of people talk about it though. At least not as much as they talk about the other Forbidden releases. So I figured I would just show it a bit of love and pick that one up. The first vinyl item I want to show that I picked up is this one here, Torn Arteries by Carcass. I already have this on CD, but I decided to just pick up all the Carcass releases on vinyl. So I think this one is a pretty good kind of melodic death metal album that revisits pretty much all the different styles that Carcass have experimented with through the years. So that's great. A completely different sort of style here. Fate, Cruising for Bruising. Hank Sherman band, and it's very melodic, very commercial, hard rock, but I think it's pretty good. And this one was actually quite cheap. This one is used. The Carcass one was obviously not used. And I decided to go for this one, Judas Priest's Painkiller, one of my favorite albums of all time. I have it on CD already, but I guess I've decided to pick up at least the sort of, early, we can call it early now, early Judas Priest from Rock'n'Rolla up until and including this one here on vinyl. So that is great. Now, that's a reissue. Another sort of used OG release here, Krokus's Hardware. I picked up some Krokus, I think it was last year, maybe earlier this year, and I really liked, actually, I picked up 3 Krokus albums. I really liked them all. I remember listening to Krokus way back when I was a kid, so I decided to pick this one up too. I don't remember if I've actually heard this one before. They had this second hand, but it's a reissue, Bent Out of Shape by Rainbow. I have it on CD, but I've decided to pick up all the Rainbow releases as well. And I quite like all the releases. Obviously, the Dio stuff is great. Down to Earth, I think, is actually a very good album too. Then you have the more sort of commercial sounding ones, which includes this one. And then I think in 96 or something, many years later, they did Stranger in Us All. I picked this one up here, Trust's Repression. Some French kind of metal. I don't think I've heard Trust before other than Antisocial, which Anthrax covered, but I've heard the original, and that one is actually on here as well. I guess it's Antisocial or something, which I think is a very good song. So Trust. And stepping out of the world of metal, I managed to find this Japanese pressing of, and it's a sort of a quite new release, this Japanese pressing of the soundtrack from Star Wars A New Hope. So that means I have all 3 Japanese pressings of episodes 4 to 6. So that is very cool. So that was the Moby Disc haul that I picked up. Very happy to have all of these. Very happy to support a local in Odense, obviously, record store. And so that was great. Get my hair out of the way here. So that was great. Then we moved on to the next record store, Record Pusher, which is a quite new record store in Odense. So I kind of like that, you know, supporting an old record store and also supporting a new record store. So I picked up 4 records. Up first, Alice in Hell by Annihilator. This is the music on vinyl reissue. I really love this one, and Never Neverland. I think they're thrash metal masterpieces, and I've said it before and I can say it again, no problem at all. Annihilator has one of the best guitarists in thrash metal, and of course it's his band, right? So it's him, and then he hires other people, and you know, whatever, it's great stuff. Some more Fate here, and this one is called A Matter of Attitude. This one is also used OG, and this one is also just pretty good commercial hard rock. And of course the Fate part, I think, is kind of like a reference to Merciful Fate, which was obviously Hank Sherman's band, or he was in that band, and that's a very, very legendary metal band. But this Fate here is not at all like Merciful Fate. I still like it. This one here, Fight for the Rock, reissue, Savatage. I don't think this is the best Savatage album, but I still enjoy it. It's kind of like more like hard rock. It's not maybe heavy metal and hard rock. It's not as power metal-y and progressive as they would later become, but still enjoyable. So I picked it up. I also picked this one up here, Gutter Ballet, which is more along the lines of, you know, the power metal kind of progressive Savatage. Also pretty cool artwork there. And I think I'm gonna pick up Streets as well. I think I'm pretty good then in terms of having Savatage on vinyl. So that was the Record Pusher haul, apart from one item that I just wanted to show here as well, a freebie that they gave me, Tommy and the Rockets. And this is kind of like a promo flexi disc thing here, and it's right, so flexi disc. So this is the first flexi disc in my current record. There's a cat here that's stuck on it from my cat. In my current record collection, I did have some old kind of like Donald Duck flexi discs when I was a kid, but it's called The Hottest Store in Town. And then you have Byens Beste Service, that means the best service in town. Record Pusher is another track, and then you have Vinyl Store, another track. So it's Tommy and the Rockets, I think, are kind of like a rock and roll, rockabilly, power pop kind of affair. And then, you know, they made this to promote Record Pusher. Pretty cool. And it looks kind of like dirty and worn out, but that's just part of the graphics of the outer sleeve. So yeah, fun and a freebie. Always nice with some freebies. So those were the 2 record hauls from Odense, and then a couple of days later I picked some records up in Sound by Accord here in Copenhagen. So let us have a look at those records. I picked up 4 records. Up first, also part of picking up the early Judas Priest stuff, Rock and Roller. There you go. Reissue, of course. I don't need these on OGs. You know, if I find some OGs, I might go for them. I'm not gonna pick up OGs of the ones I have here now, though. Also this one here, Sad Wings of Destiny, Judas Priest classic, maybe some of the best cover artwork by Judas Priest, I think. Another classic, because let's face it, most of their 80s output and 70s output, they're classics. So Killing Machine, known as Hellbent for Leather in the States, I think, but in Europe it's Killing Machine. Reissue too, of course. And I think this is a great album too, to be honest. And the last record, the music from Star Trek by the City of Prague Philharmonic Orchestra. So that is pretty cool. It's interesting because it features a lot of, like end titles and bits and bobs from the original scores from a lot of the movies. And what I think is really cool is that it includes some stuff from Insurrection, which is not the most popular Star Trek movie, and Nemesis, which is also not the most popular Star Trek movie out there. You got some stuff from First Contact, Generations, which is also not considered to be one of the most popular Star Trek movies. Same thing with The Final Frontier. There's one track from that as well. And you have something from the 2009 Star Trek movie, which is a fun movie, but I don't consider it real Star Trek, but that's just my opinion. And then you got some stuff from the original series as well, and some stuff from The Next Generation. It would have been cool if they had some stuff from Voyager as well, which I don't see here. But yeah, pretty nice selection of tunes there. So that's gonna be great. So that was just a haul with 3 bags of metal and some other things. Thanks for watching.